This is a secret to that leader. He said Bhagavan Sri Rama was such a leader. He was such a leader that he made even that small squirrel also. He found something, that small tiny squirrel that we will all say, what can the squirrel do? He said, oh, you are also serving. You are doing such amazing work. Meaning that the leader is one who puts others in front and leads from behind. They are bringing everyone together. They elevate everyone. So when we are there, we are technically taking that leadership role in the classroom. So that happens when the kids will follow you wherever you want to go if they really feel that love. So don't think it is something extra. Make it, part of it. And you will find you also, in Narada Bhakti Sutra it said, that love is that which is its own fruit. See, even with other things, you're doing it to get something else. Love is both the path and it's the destination. When you share that love, you also get to experience all that love. It's not like you're just, they get it, you don't get it. We get a lot of love, they also get. And it'll break through their exterior also. That's for the older kids, but definitely. Okay. Another thing, find innovative ways to share that information. Never make it static or stagnant. Talk, talk, talk. Make it innovative. So if there's coloring, games, scavenger hunts, just Google what are some games that people play with kids. Now, then you take that game, adapt it for your class, for what your subject is. So many different things, songs, or you tell the kids, you make up a game, or you make up the song. We don't have to do it all ourselves. A lot of workshops, fun ways, so you're seeing some here. There's so many things that are available online now also. You can make crossword puzzles and you can make word search, everything you can do. I don't know if you're all aware of this. They have generators online, you can just make them. But unless we search, we won't find them. We can give you ideas, but must look for them. There's so many things like that, and especially artwork. One thing I really encourage is to keep like scratch paper, markers, crayons, color pencils, just keep them in the classroom. If you come up with an idea, just do it, run with it. Say, kids, let's take it out. Take out your notebooks. Right. There's so many methods to make the class engaging. So one, find love and goodwill, generate that, actively generate it with the kids. Second is find innovative ways to bring forth an idea. Do it in a novel way. Not just say it, but try to show it somehow. We're going to see that also. And this one, make sure it's engaging. Get them to generate something. Okay, get the kids to generate. So how can we do that? When we do stories, kids get very engaged in, and you can ask them questions while the story is going on, right? You can do read along. So when we were teaching Mahabharatam, we used to have the kids read the quote. They love that actually. So it says, when this Karna is leaving home, he says this to his mother. He says, "Mother, in this world, there is nothing like learning. Learning cares not for caste or creed. I will go in quest of learning. A learned man will find recognition wherever he goes. The thirst for knowledge, for proficiency in archery is burning my frame. I will go and acquire knowledge." Oh, you have the kids read it out. There's a difference when they do it. Have them draw. Have them do different projects, especially art projects. Then there are so many things. There's quizzes, games. I talked about word searches, arts and crafts. They can even do, now everybody has access to phone. Have them act out some play at home, and then you can show it in the classroom. We had done that for Bala Vihara. They had done, it was newscast, news broadcast. So the kids would have headlines. As they were going through Mahabharata or Ramayanam, they would have headlines. Princess kidnapped by, by 10-headed Ravana. News tonight. And then you have the kids be the anchors. They could borrow the parents' clothes, and they tape themselves doing the news broadcast. It's such a fun way for them to engage, There's so many things like that. We just have to be curious and look what other people are doing, and we adapt them for. The teachers have been working on so many educational materials. It just takes adaptation, that's all. Poetry. Kids also are great poets. Ask them to write a poem. Write a poem to Hanumanji. Write a poem to Bhagwan Sri Ram, to Lord Krishna, to their Ishta Devata. You'll be amazed what they produce, what they come up with. Okay. Next part is how to create something that lasts for a long time in their mind. Okay? And all of the things I'm sharing with you, they can all be connected to those three that we said at the very beginning. What are they? Head, heart, and hands. Bhakti, karma, jnana. Okay, actually I said them out of order, but you can put them into order. Okay, so everything that I'm sharing with you falls into this framework. It'll benefit one of these three. Okay? So think how they're connected. So how to create a lasting lesson plan. One is, if there's a main idea, find out what is the main idea, what is the central concept. Illustrate it. Use examples. Okay? Then create an activity that engages with that central idea. Then you can discuss with them. Notice that the central idea is very simple. You just give it in one sentence, 2 sentences. The bulk of it happens here through illustration, engagement, and discussion. Never in our class we should be talking for, if class is 1 hour, we are talking for 55 minutes and we give them coloring for 5 minutes. No, it should be opposite. We talk for 5 minutes. Actually, even better, you talk for 2 minutes, do this, then talk 2 minutes, then do something else. This makes it stick. I'll give one example. Example is, here's the main central idea, which is what? Bharata's devotion to Rama was visible to everyone. Bharata's devotion is the main idea. And how did he do this? The illustration is, he carried Lord Rama's padukas on his head all the way back to Ayodhya and installed it there. So now, do some engagement activity. So help the kids make their own padukas. Carry it on their heads. Oh, let's carry it and walk around the classroom. Engage them in the activity, right? And how should we carry those padukas? Thinking like Ram. Chant Ram, Ram, Ram as you go. Then offer it. Bow. Then ask them, did you feel like Bharata? How did that make you feel? Can you show me your padukas? What did you put there? Why? What do you think it meant to Bharata? What does it mean to you? Notice we're hitting all the points of the lesson plan, but not just talking. We're asking them to engage with that idea in a deep way. You'll see, kids will remember. They will. Because what are we utilizing? The head, then here, hands, heart. All three now are captured. Okay? Yeah. If we keep that one simple thing in our mind, it'll be easy. Okay, when we say illustration, I wanted to illustrate what I meant. Okay? Say you want to teach them concentration and meditation. Instead of talking to them about it, oh, when you meditate, your mind gets quiet. You give them the meditation activity. This is a very nice one. What is the activity? There's a bowl with water in it. You have some stones. You put a barrier in front, and you ask the kids to close their eyes and listen. They have to listen very carefully and count how many stones you're going to drop in the water. And at the end you ask them, how many? You'll see that one activity, it makes their mind so quiet. And then you can ask them, so how did it feel when you were doing it? How do you feel right now? Do you feel more peaceful? 4th and 5th graders, you can ask them, write down everything on your mind right now. Do the activity. Now, how does your mind feel? Ask them to write, engage with it. So see, that's one way to teach concentration and meditation. Say you want them to learn values. So they, for the younger kids, they made payasam. But each ingredient in that payasam, which becomes the prasad, is all the different qualities. So it's hard to read there. 1 teaspoon of ghee is kindness. 12 to 15 cashews is contentment. 4 cups of milk is to be strong in character. Half cup of sugar is to be loving. See, like that. And they mix it all together and you get sweet payasam. You can mix it together in the class maybe. Or this snakes and ladders. We made one with all the characters in Ramayana. So if you've played that snakes and ladders, you go up if you land on good character and you fall down if some negative characteristic comes there. You can teach them, see? Learn values. Learn it through the game. You don't even have to tell them much. They'll pick it up. Then learn characters or place names. You can do it with a matching game. You can make your own matching game. You just have to print out the cards. You can put something on top to cover it. Then they have to match. Oh, what place is this? This is Ayodhya. Then you match it to Ayodhya, like that. In fact, you all might not be knowing, but this game of snakes and ladders is actually from India, from Sanatana Dharma. It is called Moksha Patha. You play that and you go to higher or lower worlds based on karma. What a beautiful game. You can tell the kids about these things, illustrate. So take these main ideas. You want to teach them what is meditation. You want to teach them values. Learn about all the different names and places. How do we do it in an innovative way that illustrates it, right? So that we're not relying on just talking alone. Right. Here's another one. We had this nice project come up, which was, how do we teach the kids the gunas? We are also a little bit confused about gunas. It was very hard to teach it to the kids too. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, right? So we wanted to teach it to them. So we decided, okay, first we have to illustrate it, right? So we said, let's look at what the gunas are in nature. What is sattva? Sattva is when you see in a forest how every part of that forest, they are there in a balanced ecosystem, or the planets together. Then Rajas, you see it in the way animals can move fast and how the atoms also, electrons, move around that atom so quickly. Then what is Tamas? You see the mountains, or you see like a stone, or how you feel after you've had a big lunch, right? We illustrate, oh, that's Tamas, right? Then you ask them, why don't you come up with a list? When do you feel like you are in Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, right? Ask them to generate the idea. See? So you illustrate it with examples. Then you can engage it with an activity. So choose all characters that they know, not that we know. They should know. Say, okay, so Harry from Harry Potter, did he have Sattva, Rajas, or Tamas? Or Hermione? You know, all these characters they know. You can also choose from Mahabharata, Ramayana as well, from all the Puranas. But the kids loved this activity because it then cements the idea in their mind, because you've given them a lot of ways to approach that same idea from different angles. Okay? Then you have dialogue with them. How do I have a dialogue about the gunas? This is just one sample lesson plan, right? So one is, see if you can identify 3 individuals that you interact with. One who is sattvic, one who is rajasic, one who might be more tamasic. Okay? So my grandmother, she's very sattvic. The kids came up with this, huh? Some of my close friends, they're more rajasic. Some of my other friends, they're tamasic. Right? Now that you know what qualities are associated with each guna, what guna do you think you have the most of? You think about it. The kids will tell you, oh, I think I'm more rajasic because I love playing sports with my friends all the time. I don't like to sit and study that much. Or I love being in the library. If I could stay in the library 24/7, I would. So I think probably I have a lot of that sattva, the concentration ability. So like that. Then you ask them to think about their own day. When do they have most sattva, most rajas, most tamas? Then you give them, finally, this takeaway point also, that core idea. Those who can master these gunas, keep them in the balance, they become master of all circumstances in life. So this is just one example. You see how we took that concept, which is the gunas, what is the takeaway point they're supposed to have, which is, I should also want to master my gunas. I should not be, tamasic at the wrong time and rajasic at the wrong time, and when I'm supposed to be taking test, that time I'm taking a nap. That's not good. So we show them through the activities, through the illustrative examples. Then they'll pick it up. You don't have to do anything actually. Once we put the pre-work in to do all of the thinking how to do it, then once the kids are there in the classroom, they'll get that so quickly. You will see. And they'll tell us things we never even thought of also. And they're funny. They're very funny. I enjoy their sense of humor. So very important is we should dialogue with the students, never at them. These kids. Okay. First, before we go on to the next part, are there any questions? Anything? Everyone's feeling okay? Good? All right. Yes? How long would it take to work through this one class? So it'll depend at what age group and how interactive the kids are with you. See, theoretically you could do this in a 1-hour class, but you might want to take more time with it. Take 2 days if they're really enjoying the activities, if the discussion is really good, maybe you want to make it more discussion, add some more of that. So you could do it probably within 2 classes. I think so. That's a good question. If they're too talkative, so you might have to balance it out. If they're very enthusiastic and energetic, give them some time to get out that energy. So doing activities will probably help with that age group. So you can do an activity. So maybe they have a whole set of the characters in the middle, and then you have 3 boards, sattva, rajas, tamas. They have to go and pin it on the board. Something like that. Make them get up and move around and give them some time to get that energy out. Yeah. We have to understand our kids' gunas also. Yes. More quiet. Yes. How do we get through to different types of kids? This is a very important. This is one of the things, one of the reasons that I started doing the reading aloud. Because see, sometimes the child might feel shy to volunteer an idea or opinion. They're more shy. Give them something neutral to participate in. Like, can you read this for me? Definitely they can read it. Because their personal thing is not, because if you volunteer an opinion, some kids might say, oh, I agree with you. Some kids might say, what, I don't get it. Some kids are shy. So give them different ways to participate and ask them by name. If we always call on the kids only that raise the hand, that's a little harder. Another thing I do is, if one of the kids says something and the other child nods, I say, oh, did you agree? Did you have anything you wanted to add? Like that, you can softly engage them. Yeah. And find neutral things for them to participate in that whether they don't have to generate, they can just do it. Like reading out loud, that kind of thing. No, I didn't say activity first. Is you start with the main idea and then you give some illustrative examples for that idea, and then you can do an activity to engage them with that. That is one, and you also see what works for your class. Yeah. You can give them the main point. What I'm trying to say is, when you give the main point, don't just talk on it for half an hour. Illustrate it. Right? Illustrate that point. Yeah. Everybody has different class sizes based on the size of their center. So larger class sizes would probably be 20 plus. Mm-hmm. No, not everybody has to read. What you do is, you have some quotes that they read every week, and you choose different kids each week. That's all. Not like everybody has to do a round robin kind of thing. Yes. How do you? Yeah. 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 This is why I always say that in it, one is, if we're doing engagement activities and things like that, kids with a lot of energy, mental energy, they will use up some of that energy in the activity, one. Two is, that bond with the kids, I would say even have some time alone. Have we ever talked to that child and asked them, hey, I'm noticing that this keeps happening in the class. Can you tell me why? Ask them to tell us. And then say, do you think it's very nice to do that? No, I'm just trying my best. Why don't you help me? I would love if you can help me in the class. And another thing is, we're all from our parents' homes, If we're doing something wrong, they'll say, hey, what are you doing? But in the classroom, what is very effective is to bring focus to the right behavior rather than always calling out wrong behavior. Because what happens is, when we're always calling out the wrong behavior, by that time somebody else gets distracted. So what we say is, Amit, I really like how you are sitting. Or Shreya, you are very, very attentive. Thank you. Thank you for raising your hand. So when we praise the good behaviors, not the child, the good behavior. We don't want the child also to do it only for attention. But more we acknowledge the good behavior and keep reinforcing it. I like how you're sitting. Oh, you're all sitting so beautifully. You chant so nicely. If they're going to, at the beginning of the class, make them sing. Singing gets so much energy out of them. Some nice, and it should not be, Raghupati Raga. Sing with a lot of energy also. Okay? The kids, I should show you, I have one video of the kids singing Shriram Jairam. They shout down the house. You make them, give them some opportunity to express themselves. Good question. Yes, good. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Sitting for full 1 hour crisscross, it is very tough for them. This is why activities are so important. And you can give them something. Okay, everybody, we're going to do 3 rounds around the classroom, sit down fast. Or, Ganesha says, they can play Simon Says. You break up that class with a few of these things. And the more that you can make the game related to your topic, the better it is. You can make that movement. The goal is you make movement and activity a part of the class. We should not have the kids sitting like that for the full time. We should be making them jump up, get up a little bit, sit down quickly. Just do it. Okay, kids, let's take 1 second break. We're going to jump up, everyone. Okay, reach to the ceiling. Okay, sit down fast. Who can sit down the fastest? Make it fun for them. You know? Yeah. Very good. Lots of ways. Okay, and I'll tell again. It is not so much what to think as much as how to think. If I'm seeing, it's hard for the kids to sit down for the full hour. How can I effectively bring some movement into the class? I can think on it and think what I can do. I'm just giving some ideas here, but you all also think and see what you feel comfortable doing, what would be fun. Do you like doing bhajans? Do you like doing little mini yoga? Just make them stretch, sit back down, game, whatever easy for you to also come up with. Okay. So the final thing is, this was also touched upon in our introduction also. What is our role as a teacher? Now, most important is, we really cannot teach anything. We ourselves are students. So when we feel, I am also student, I am learning with my children, then they also feel that from us, If we don't know something, we should say, I don't know. Do not make it up. Say, that is a great question. I also don't know. You know what? I'm going to ask Swamiji. And I'm going to let you know about that. They enjoy that. If we feel always, I'm teaching, then our growth stops there. When we think we are teaching something, even what we are saying is all the wisdom of our Guru Parampara, our Puja Gurudev, Rishis, Lord also, that knowledge we are facilitating in the classroom. And as it flows to the children, it should flow through us first. So the first student in that classroom, we should feel, I am the first student. I genuinely feel this way. And all the kids also, we're learning together. When that attitude is there, and we are keeping in mind that we also have head, hands, and heart, so we should also be utilizing our own head, hands, and heart, then everything becomes very sweet, very good. And most importantly, we should be having a lot of fun, okay? We should be having, most important, I hope you're all enjoying and having fun. If we're not having fun, I don't think the kids are going to have fun. So, am I enjoying my class? I should do some things to make it lively, Make it engaging. Right, and we already had our questions, and I want you all to have your break as well. So now we'll close off, and we are available. We're going to send these slides, and we're available if you all have any questions. Please reach out to us for ideas. If you're stuck on one of the concepts, just ping us. You can email or text, anything, call, and we can brainstorm together. That part is the fun part. Okay? All right, so thank you very much. Thank you. Hari Om. Hari Om. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Okay, Hari Om everyone. Hari Om. Hari Om. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you all very much.